Okay, some more questions that I have. First set is from, uh, sorry, I just drew a blank. The Bunny Adventures. Sorry, Victoria, I forgot your new your new URL. What's something we might not know about you? Um, I really dislike olives. Like, just not a fan. Don't eat them unless, I don't know, I was gonna say unless I absolutely have to, but I can't even imagine that I would absolutely have to. Like, what's a situation where they're like, eat an olive or you die. This olive has the antidote instead of a pimento. Well, maybe it's not worth it. So, if anybody wants to kill me, I guess they know the best way to do it with poison and an antidote instead of a pimento in an olive. But I mean, even in that case, I guess I could just pop out the antidote in the middle and swallow that. It would have like olive juice on it, but don't try to poison me. Just as a rule, it seems impolite. What's the weirdest thought you think you've ever had? Well, in the past minute and a half, I've thought of scenarios in which I might have to eat an olive to survive. I don't know. I feel like I have weird thoughts. They just happen randomly sometimes. I don't know. They're not always great. Strangest gift you've ever received and liked. When I turned 18, one of my friends got me like a Star Wars children's book that was all like puzzles and stuff, and I think they meant it as a joke, but it was awesome. It was just fun. First gift you ever remember getting? Oh, man, that's a tough one because that was a long time ago. Back when we had, I don't know. I'm trying to make an age joke here. We got rocks and sticks for presents. I remember when I was a kid getting like, uh, okay, this is not the first gift I remember getting. I don't remember getting it, but it's the first gift I got that I remember. When I was like 2 years old, I got this Winnie the Pooh doll that was basically my best friend for years. I would carry that thing around forever until I was older. Um, and he was awesome, and he was better than my older sister's Winnie the Pooh doll because apparently that kind of thing was important to me as a kid. Yeah, I don't know. Next question. Thing you are the most thankful for right this moment. Um, Most thankful for. I'm now realizing I should not have balanced my laptop on my lap. Laptop on my lap. It just did because like I'm moving my leg and it's wobbling. Right now, at the moment, I am most grateful for technology that lets me talk to people who are not in my immediate area because there are people in other states who are very important to me and who I don't get to see in person nearly enough, but being able to see them or talk to them through the internet, it's bueno. Very important, very useful for my sanity. Favorite holiday food? Cranberry sauce. I make a really good cranberry sauce. It is amazing. One of the things I've learned in the past year or so is that all of the foods that I really, really like about Thanksgiving. Okay, one of the things I've realized is that my parents, not really good cooks. Um, They're not, it's not a strength of theirs. God bless them. But so recently, like in the past couple years, I have been learning that everything I really love about the holidays food wise, I can make that food better. So that means that's why I'm really looking forward to Thanksgiving because, excuse me, I am making food and why I'm not super amounts looking forward to going up to visit my family because that'll be my parents making food. God love them, but I also have questions from Fegenbaum's World. Video question. It's a whole scenario. You're a parent of a Hogwarts child. Your child is nervous about being sorted because they're not sure where they fit in. Will they be a Ravenclaw like their dad or a Slytherin like their mom? Or what if they're not? What if they're a Gryffindor or a gasp Hufflepuff? What would you tell them about the various houses to help make the kid feel good about whichever house they end up in? Okay, first off, if you end up in Ravenclaw, you know what you're going to get there. That'll be good. If you end up in Slytherin, that'll be cool. We'll still love you. You will take after your mother. If you end up in Hufflepuff, there's nothing wrong with Hufflepuff, okay? Hufflepuff is full of badass people who love other people and they love things. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, I will tell my kid your Aunt Tracy is in Hufflepuff. She is like, I believe I described you as 117% heart. She's the most Hufflepuff of Hufflepuffs, which is not something that's easy to say quickly. Um, but yeah, so if they end up in Hufflepuff, that is fantastic. And if they end up in Gryffindor, well, I mean that's then I would tell them that if they end up in Gryffindor, then that is finding out something about themselves and it is up for them to decide how they're going to direct that, how they're going to use that drive and bravery that Gryffindor embodies. And I'm going to give them a talk about how that courage is not necessarily something that needs to be used for glory or personal gain as some Gryffindors seem to think it should be, but that it's something they can use to help other people. And that's what they should do. Um, and then I'll tell them not to. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think that's good. Other questions. Abnormally Momo said, "How is a tavern like a writing deal?" How is a tavern like a writing deal? Uh, I don't have either one. I don't know. Or barring that, the best date you've ever been on. Um, One of the best. I don't know if I have a best date I've ever been on. I will go on. This was like a. It was a group date that we did a few years ago with some of our friends, and it was me and my wife and Cinder Lily and her husband Soko's, and I can't remember Jenna's URL, and her boyfriend at the time, Steve, who is now her husband. And we kind of just we went out to dinner at a diner, I think, and then we went to batting cages and realized that we're all pretty terrible at baseball, which is awesome because then about half of us went and played for vintage baseball teams. But vintage baseball teams are different because like the pitching's underhand, so it hides some of your inadequacies as a batter. Um, but no, it was really fun, and we got to hang out with people we liked, and that was kind of like, I mean, it wasn't anything super fancy. It was just the people we were with, and that is awesome. So, um, and I think that's all the questions I have. Other than, let me check. Yeah, nope. I think that's all the questions I've got. So, I will wrap this up. Have a good night, interwebs.